So this is a very snappy one for those who are interested in applying for, B1, B2 visa for the World Cup. What I can tell you now is put in the application now. You don't have to wait for like let's say December or January before you put in the application, because interview days keep going further. For instance, if you could check right now, you could see that for B1, B2 category, we have interview day for somewhere like March, which is 2026. So if so the longer you wait, the lower chances of getting what appointment date for the interview. So put in the application now. At least latest to be November ending or December. People make mistakes. People are saying that they want to really know the category they're going to play, like the group, before they put in the application. No, you don't have to do that, because definitely is this 3 countries hosting the World Cup: Mexico, Canada, and the United States. And look at our train. I'm a one group are gonna like if you want to wait to see the group that Ghana is playing before you put in the application, my guy, we need an appointment date. So try to make sure you put in the application now, because definitely if Ghana is even going to play in Canada or Mexico, in the group stages, as long as the 3 countries are hosting the World Cup, you are entitled to apply for visas to any of these countries. When you go for the interview, I'm gonna say Ghana, friend is saying Mexico, and anything I apply for US. Automatically, let me tell you something. When you get a visa to the States, it's America formal visa, business B1, B2 visa. You don't need a visa to apply. You don't need a visa to go to Mexico. That is a hint I'm giving people. I've been a consultant for like almost let's say 12 years now. This is what I've been doing. I'm a travel consultant. You don't need a visa to go to Mexico when you have a visa, issued by the American embassy. Any kind of visa at all, whether it's B1, B2, J visa or student visa, whatever. You don't need a visa to go to Mexico. So that is the first step. Secondly, when you're going to apply for a Canadian visa, as long as you have a US visa, you don't need certain kind of documents. That is a hint. You don't need to provide bank statement. You don't need to provide a lot of documentation. When you have a US visa, automatically you're going to be guaranteed a visa to Canada. I've been doing this for a very long time. People don't really know. So the first thing you have to do now is to apply for a US visa. World Cup in important chain. If anyone wants to maybe or Canada, or Canada, okay, when we say Canada, no, pay documents in some. I mean, catch impo. Pay documents much. Unlike the United States, the local embassy now, the only interviewer, I'm on show documents impo. And I do maybe bring now. Be use a Juma more same country be because no kwa. I quite say I mean, training pomba. Is so quite kind of saying I could draw like paneke ukwa any idea when the consular is talking to you and whom say nipa way like or self-confidence or my visa. Even though there are other factors meka or video no more. I'm one yes or yeah. But the first thing is applying for US visa is a very here same country be currently. Because when US there are a lot of people remember in China, my application I'm Obi will have so call UK, but so call message Charlie. You can't do US no. You don't need document. You don't need a lot of documents to apply. Even though fine, a lot of people are being refused every day, and I'm going to give you the hint. A lot of people are being refused every day for US visas. Okay, US embassy or every day or Ghana or embassy or okay queue now. You don't come to me show. And there are instances whereby which may never or US embassy easily. Even though a probability say it's like some kind of 50-50 chances. But yes, obey or US home. One thing is, we call US embassy like 2 or 3 times. I refuse the 4th time, the man. Okay, so second US visa now, applying for a visa to the UK, to Schengen state, like to Japan, to Korea, to Canada, to Mexico. No, it makes it very easy. Until Kwanda apply for Canadian visas this year, as I say, you have to provide a lot of evidence. A lot of people apply for visas in Ghana without genuine bank statement. Canada, they will look at your bank statement. UK, they'll look at your bank statement. The Schengen states, which is Germany, Netherlands, France, Poland, Portugal, Italy, Spain, all the Schengen states, they look and verify your bank statements. But US, only needs hard time, no. So try to apply for the US visa first. Now, time needs to be very short, and for you two guys too. But your video will be able to apply. Secondly, these are the things that you have to put in place when applying for a US visa, especially for the World Cup. There are 4 things and I say also to me. First of all, almost share a point friend of social and family ties. Your social and family ties is, for instance, hopefully forms also fine only or single. They probably just say yeah more of it and high because obi or single be the or tigana or the obaha uni or baby or in the champ uni or baby or in the ho ukun be any ho you be any or jano habaha. So it could be say oba the probability that you're going to go back to Ghana is very low. And secondly, me sometimes I interpret me control. But not to me control the visa baha. To bet me because be our and our fiancé be ja oko interview ni people say wa so which me kase be o oba worry December and about worry date say after no be worry no be date say be Easter and be mo worry. So no mo say I'm probably worry at least in Chanaba sana oba say you are in a civil or domestic partnership or forms and so uncle kase wa worry what I say soon be uncle provide a bank statement later. Uncle provide how do you call it? Marriage certificate later. And then also, so that is the first one, your social and economic ties. Social and what? Family ties. And then we say oba. At least you should be able to say oba. We need background now, message control. Yeah, maybe kind of crack them because and conform my jumano. Yeah, me, but me kind of crack. We need back. Say be able to say, oh, do you have any case? Oh no, not yet. Only ba. And you have an so almost over and I will come Ghana or Ma Ghana. Almost at least where they are. Secondly, let's come to the economic ties, financial and economic ties. A Juma way or Ghana is very important. For instance, sometimes we mom pen a cracker. So yeah, be a my friend, so where Juma secretary. Now you better be 1,200 Ghana cedis. Oka kaso secretary just ask no. Oko Felix forms no also. So ba say Juma be no a week crash ska benya no. E be say 5 months or whatever sika and our Ghana no. And make sure so at least be asase wa kasa be away secretary na be away Juma be away no. Make sure so we stand so you're self-employed, add other businesses to it. Maybe you sell online, maybe you into maybe a food and maybe a restaurant be. You see, at least let there be 2 or 3 jobs be away. No moon say nipa we Charlie want to me the money go try Emerson ha. When you do now Emerson America has what I say. Then let's come to what we call travel experience. And this is very, very, very important. Okay? Obi Ghana, Uncle Togo Poda, Uncle Nigeria and Poda, Uncle Benin. And then people say, Obi has so I apply for US visa or call holidays. Oko holidays over holidays to America ha. And my uncle any other countries you can put Ben on Poda. So sometimes they feel like onto Ghana that is a very huge red flag, a very huge red flag. And at least what they call baby see account to Nesika. Oka agent be nyama charge and some yama no so can only tell you be control ticket so South Africa crack so Dubai crack what I say at least fly outside Africa kakra utimiko Dubai utimiko Dubai is outside Africa at least you know South Africa be when it says can order at least Togo ni bi keke Nigeria ni bi keke e bi so utimi fa kwan so bi passport no command for e dem ko yema mo no de aba e no so ho me the part 2 of this video beba now it will be at here and as I said these are very, very important keys I saw when applying for B1 B2 visa. First of all, a B2 number select which is tourism and medical. Don't go and select B1 B2. After B1 B2 you have to click B2 which is tourism and now secondly financial ties and economic ties you might but also at least 2 or 3 jobs. your social ties and the here, or your over. As soon as the travel expense, so here. Thank you very much for the